There is a like security, not just for me, but in a man himself that then bleeds into his masculine, which then just invites my feminine.
Ah.
When a man is like so secure with where he is financially. And that's just what I like.
Yeah, and I think the beauty in what you're saying is I receive that as somebody for her that's making more than her. Now, I feel like that would be a fair statement to say, even if she was working at Ralph's. What I'm requiring or asking is somebody meets my hustle.
Absolutely. And also, I think it just goes better when a man is making more than the woman. Like when you're growing into that, I know plenty of people who like, there are times when it's been like back and forth. There are times when I dated men, especially when I was younger, who like were making less or whatever. Like it's fine. But like after a certain point, for me, I like the dynamic better because there's just so many things that come up. You have to be so secure if you're making less than your woman. And a lot of men are not.
I mean, she's not wrong.
There is a like
You know that thing, dang, and I like Lauren too, man. She's beautiful. I like her content, but this is the thing that I think women get wrong. I think women think that when they start making money, that they don't harp on making money. I think women think that when they start making more money, especially when I think they think that as soon as they start making more money, that men notice that they make more money and men have a problem with it automatically out of nowhere. And they also think that they don't understand that sometimes it's like that 18-year-old syndrome, right? When you turn 18 and all of a sudden people are telling you, you think you grown. You think you grown. You ain't grown. And I remember when I turned 18 and they kept saying that to me. Oh, you think you grown. You think you grown. You ain't too grown to get this. You ain't too grown to get this. Da da da. And I was like, what are they talking about? Until I got older and I realized my attitude had changed. You can see it in other people who turn 18. Their attitude changes. They shift. It's just a shift that comes out of nowhere. And they don't even know it. Because and I'll tell you what happens. You realize the freedom that you now have as an 18-year-old, and you realize I can bug back. I can say, I don't like this. I might feel a little weird saying it, but I can say, oh, I don't want to do that. Your parents can no longer force you to do stuff. They have to ask you nicely. And that feels powerful because after so many years of being told what to do and being told you can't do this and that, now I can do whatever I want. I got my own car. I just got a job. I make my own money. I got my own friends. I could go do whatever I want to do. So if I don't want to come in till 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, I don't have to. Man, I remember when I turned 18 and I was still living with my parents. And my dad said, you know, you're a grown man, you can do whatever. Because my dad used to harp on that. You're a grown man, you can do whatever you want to do. He used to always tell us that. We ask him something, we say, Dad, well, can I do whatever, da da da? And he look at us and say, why are you asking me for? You a grown man, you can do what you want to do. And he really meant that. But he would say, grown man comes grown man responsibilities. You staying out all night, my door is closed at 2:30 in the morning. You come up here at 2:30 in the morning, the door is locked. And say, I'm gonna tell you one time, don't be coming up in my house past 2:30 in the morning. Why? Because that's the rules that he set for his house. But you know what I do? Because I'm grown, I'm gonna test the boundary, I'm gonna test the limit. All of a sudden, I'm bucking up to my dad. And we got issues, we got problems. Everything that I've been wanting to say to my dad for the past 17 years, now that I'm 18, I'm gonna go ahead and say, my dad saying something to me, you know what, Dad, you just shut up. What? You just shut up. You just stop talking to me. Yeah. Where did that come from? It came from me turning 18. And I feel like this is women getting money. I know you don't like it, but hear me out. I feel like this is when women get money and they get some sort of independence and they get some sort of freedom. They turn 18. It's the same thing. I got money. Now a switch flips. I got money. I got more money than you. You're not working as hard as me. And you might not say that, but your energy and your actions come across and it's like, why are you acting so weird? I'm not acting weird. You acting weird. I haven't changed. I haven't done anything. I've just watched you talk to me crazy left and right. I'm sitting here, the things that I used to be doing that were fine, that you had no problem with, all of a sudden it's a problem. I used to lay in here and lay on the couch. When I was making all the money, I would lay in here and lay on the couch and I would make money from home with no problem. It was a life. And I was making more money than you. And you ain't have nothing to say. But all of a sudden, when you start making more money than me and I'm doing the same thing, all of a sudden we got to sit down and have a conversation about how we need to level up. Babe, I don't want to be with nobody who ain't got no hustle. I don't want to be with nobody who ain't got no ambition. What? I've been making 100K a month this whole time. And you've been making 20K for 10 years. All of a sudden, when you start making $101,000, all of a sudden I'm too lazy. The lifestyle ain't changed. We ain't done nothing different. But all of a sudden, when you start making a little bit more money, all of a sudden I'm a bum. I'm not doing enough. And I don't think women realize when they make that shift in their actions and in their brain, because I didn't bring it up. You brought it up. I didn't think I was doing nothing weird. You did. You're the one that pointed it out by trying to say I'm acting weird. Maybe you're acting weird to me because I wasn't saying nothing, but I've been clocking you. I've been wondering why ever since you got money. I was like, man, ever since she got money, she been acting funny. Ever since she started making more money, she been acting strange. And I was like, yo, ever since she started making a little money, she's been snapping back at me, talking crazy to me, saying a little bit more, arguing a little bit more, ridiculing me a little bit more, criticizing me a little bit more. Little jab here, little jab there, breaking out and bursting out into just full out disrespectful soliloquies out of nowhere. Didn't used to be doing that. Before, it was respect. Now all of a sudden, it's a problem with everything I do. Now all of a sudden, I can't do nothing right. Now all of a sudden, I don't put the dishes away right. Oh, my friends who, babe, if you want to learn to be a millionaire, you got to start learning to have millionaire habits. What? Girl, where was you when I was bringing you in front of the partners and you were stuttering? Couldn't even get your words together. Wouldn't talk about nothing. I've been embarrassed. I didn't say nothing, though. I felt the eyeballs on me. They looking at me, wondering who you are. People coming around the office, coming and talking to me, calling me and talking to me. Hey man, so where'd you meet? Where'd you meet so and so? What you mean? I'm just trying to figure out. I don't mean nothing by it. I'm just trying to figure out where you said you met her at the club, right? Yeah, and what? What's the problem with me meeting her at the club? I saw her. She seemed like a nice girl. So I walked up to her and I approached her and I said something, got her number. And we've been going out and we've been getting to know each other. What's the problem with that? He got to stand up and defend, but he never brought that back to you. He never said anything to you because that would wreck your confidence. Because now when you go in front of these people, he needs these people to make money. And it's not in his best interest to tell you that these people might have a problem with you. So he doesn't say anything. Because he doesn't want to hurt your feelings. He doesn't want to make you feel like you're not good enough when you come to these spaces. He doesn't want to make you feel self-conscious when you come into these spaces. So he just takes the brunt of it. But oh my God, let you start making a little bit more money and you go to your colleagues and your people and be like, oh, he's a bum. Yeah, I guess he is. And you start agreeing with him. There's something about a man that makes me rest in my femininity. Then you was never feminine to begin with. You don't even know what masculinity is. You label masculinity picking up a hammer and hanging a picture. That's not masculinity. What are you talking about? You cannot put a label, but being masculine is being a man. But you call it masculine and non-masculine. See, this you don't even understand. You call it masculine and non-masculine. You're a woman. What do you know about being a man? You ain't never been a man. Now, if a man walk up in here and tell you that he knows how it feels for a woman to go on her on that, to have that time of the month, you're gonna be like, what? You ain't never been a woman. How do you know? Fair point. So how do you know what it's like to be a man? Being a man is easy. How do you know you've never been a man? Can't even fathom what it's like to be a man because you're not a man. So if you telling me I don't know what it's like to be a woman, then you don't know what it's like to be a man. What you should say, as maybe you did or did not learn in therapy, is what I feel like I want in a man. Because what you feel like you want in a man and what a real man is not the same thing. Because you quick to say, oh, you're not a real man because this, that, and third. Then you're not a real woman because you don't do this, that, and the third. You see how that works? You see how that logic works? You're not a real woman. How do you like that? How am I not a real woman? Because I'm a real woman because you work and you make money. We got it. We got it. You got a job. Big whoop. We got it. We gave you a cookie. When are we going to stop talking about you working? And that's what he has to deal with. That's what he has to put up with. You continuing to tell him, oh, I got a job. So now that I got a job and now that it seems like him, but when you wasn't in motion and you wasn't doing nothing, you was sitting at the house every day and he come home from a long day's worth of work, 10, 11, 12 hours worth of work, and come home and you still in your pajama clothes, eating Cheetos on the couch, watching Netflix all dang day. What did he say? He wasn't trying to ruin your confidence, so he didn't say too much. He just sat there and you was like, babe, I just feel like I'm unfulfilled. I just feel like I'm not getting this, that. I just feel like I'm not getting. Yo, babe, have you tried maybe what's that one friend that you met at the shopping center? Why don't you call her up and go out with her? That'll get you out of the house and you guys can go out for some drinks and some fun and stuff like that. Why don't you go do that? I just don't feel like getting out of the house. I just don't feel like going anywhere. I would, but it's too late. She called me too late. Babe, you don't go anywhere. You don't do anything. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just saying you don't do anything. So how can you say that you want a better life? You don't get out. I do get out. I went out and I walked. Okay, I'm just saying. But when did he ever call you a bum and allude to the fact that allude to you being a bum? When did he? He was nothing but supportive. Why can't you be that for him? When you get up on your feet and you start making a little money, the man ain't stopped working his job. He's still working. You just make more money. What's changed? You make $1,000 more. Big whoop. And all of a sudden, we having a completely different conversation and it's my fault. All of a sudden, your femininity is gone because now you make more money. Have you changed what you pay for in the house? When has that changed? We still pay the news flash. We still pay the same amount of bills. I still pay the same amount of bills with my money. All of your money is going into savings. What are you talking about? And because all of my money takes care, I'm telling you what's happened. All of my money still takes care of the bills in the house and you go out shopping and don't contribute nothing. Then want to turn around to me and ask me what I'm doing, contributing to the entire house, paying all of my money so you can look great. Why is it a problem for me to continue doing what I'm doing so that you can shine? Maybe I enjoy seeing you shine. Maybe I enjoy seeing you smile. I enjoy seeing you at the top of your game. What's wrong with that? But now that's become a problem because now you're saying, oh, you're not doing enough. You're not ambitious enough for me. Babe, I make $100,000. My God, what more do you want me to do? Yeah, but I'm saying, is that all you want? Is that all $100,000 a month? What are you talking about? That's $1.2 million. And man, I'm not even gonna talk about that, but I'm saving money on taxes every year. I got my CPA helping me save money on taxes every year. So I'm keeping the majority of that $1.2 million. What are you talking about? What do you mean? I don't understand. but you think, and you, like they say, man, when you start to thinking that your stuff don't stink, that's a problem. And you always got people who sit up here talking about, I feel like it works better for me. Because you lose he loses his masculinity just because you make more. I don't know no men that lose those. I've never seen it. And that's how I know you don't know what masculinity is. Because I am a man and I've been around men all my life. So I know what it looks like when men change their behavior and they act this way and that. What it's really, women love to say, oh, it's your ego. I don't be seeing, it's very rare that I see a man trying to impose his ego. We recognize that kind of man, and we don't like him. We be looking at each other, this dude, man, trying to be the biggest alpha in the room. We see him. So we know when a man is trying to impose something and act different and overinflate his ego. Doesn't happen a lot because most people are happy to most men in groups are happy to play that role. Men don't go, I heard some woman on the podcast talking about, oh, I want to know my man. I want to know that my man is the head honcho in the group. He's the leader of the pack. What is this? Men don't think that way. How childish are you? not in 5th grade or 8th grade cheer squad. Bring it on, squad. Who's the leader of your pack? Bring him to the front. Grow up. Men don't do that bullcrap where somebody has to be visibly in the front. Me and my girls behind me. How do you think they feel in the back? You don't think your girls in the back want to be in the front? What makes you think they want to play second fiddle to you? They think they just as fine or finer than you. And why they got to walk in the back to the side of you while you get all the attention walking in the front? Did you ever think about that? But because you felt like you were the leader, now you feel like, man, let me bring my crew to meet your crew. Me and my friends, me and my girls. Ha ha ha. Lame. You're lame. You are. You're lame. This is not high school. Grow up. Men don't walk around being like, who's going to be the leader of my pack? Which one of you going to be the leader of my pack? They don't do that. For what? That's childish. And so you walk around, I want to know that you the head honcho. You're asking him to have an ego, then penalizing him for having an ego when men don't want to do that. We just want to be chill. I want to be chill. I want to hang out with my friends, and that's it. I don't need to have no leader of nothing. That's fine. Your femininity is who you are. It stays intact whether a man is around or not. Doing certain tasks like going to Home Depot does not make you masculine. It just makes you a person that cares for their house. Just because you can compete with a man on something does not mean you're masculine. Because by that same logic, him competing with you in anything, whether he wins or not, makes him feminine. And that does not make sense. It doesn't work the reverse. It doesn't. When you out here competing with women, you're feminine. What you out competing with women for? But then you can compete with a man, but you get accolades for it. But if a man competes with you, then it's a problem. Of course you're going to win because you're a man. But if you win, what he gonna say? Of course you're gonna win because we let you win. Of course you're gonna win because we gave you a head start. It's nonsense, man. You're still a woman. Your femininity is I don't know. Could you be acting like you cosplaying as a man? That's not the only thing that men do. You act like all men are walking around with a tool belt on. Talking about, I don't care. A man got to have a car. That man live in a place to where he just takes public transportation. He doesn't like having a car. I know, man, one of my professors used to not have a car. He has one now, but he used to not have a car. And he would just order DoorDash all the time. He would take public transportation, DoorDash all the time, take Ubers here and there, and, Instacart everything. And I was like, that works? That way? He was like, yep. Just leave it right on my doorstep. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to go nowhere. I can sit at home and do my work and stuff like that. Don't have to be bothered. Bring me my food. And I was like, I see. That's the life. Had one of my colleagues saying the same thing. Oh, man, I take public transport. I take the bus. I get on the bus over here. Then I get on the bus over here. And it brings me all the way. Man, I don't have to do anything. I don't have to worry about nothing. I just sit here and listen to my headphones. And I work on my laptop and do whatever. Allows me to and I don't have to get in traffic. I can just decompress. The man don't want a car because he didn't have to have a car. It works out for him all of a sudden that's feminine. So only women ride the bus? What are you talking about? Sounds stupid. You see how stupid that sounds? Only women ride the bus? What? Man, come on, man. Get out of my face. Man, let me know what you think in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. Until next time, take it easy.